audio is going to come out. Flip the visor up. Now that we have the exhaust on, it might be a bit too loud to hear me, but I'm hoping it comes out decent. So what we're going for here is a bit of a 100-mile review. So, you know, it's, oh, some lights on. God, oh, look at that, 99 miles right now. So it's about a 100-mile review. Certainly not a stock bike anymore. However, in the power department, it is pretty stock, and in the handling department as well. I mean, the controls are changed. But that being said, suspension is still stock, and everything else, tires are still stock. So I do feel like it's a pretty good assessment. And, you know, right off the bat, the first thing I'll say is I did not realize how small and slow these are. That's not a bad thing. I definitely got something more for city use. I was never really planning on hitting the highway with it. I want to stay out of trouble. Been there before, so something just to cruise around the city. It gets congested, maybe split lanes if it's real bad. So that's kind of where the Grom came in, and given that it's only a couple of brand new with warranty, figured why not. Most people seem to sell their used Groms with a few hundred miles for more than I paid for this new, so it really didn't make sense to look for anything used. I mean, yeah, the $3,000 could have gotten something quite a bit bigger used, but it's fine. It's totally not what I was going for. So once you've accepted that it's pretty small and pretty slow, it is a ton of fun. Immediately 100 miles in, I already have smaller chicken strips than on something like the SV650 I had or the Ninja 500. And I think that's just going to progress to becoming a better rider over time. And more importantly, I can wheelie it, or hopefully learn to wheelie it without costing a couple grand in damage to the bike or to myself. It's quite a bit smaller than I am. I can jump off pretty easily, and it's well balanced. It is a bit cold, but I figured I wanted to get a ride in before the weekend was over. Maybe get a couple pictures. I have the SLR in my backpack. So I figured why not head out. Got to be sunset. So other than it being easy to handle, being a bit slower, the other thing that I really like about it is how cheap all the parts are. It looks quite a bit different, and I'm only a few $100 in. So I think that'll progress into this just getting more and more ridiculous, and that's the whole point of having a toy. I'm not trying to take it too seriously. I also don't worry about wasting a couple $100 on a part because I don't have any intention on selling it anytime soon. So that brings me up to the main reason I bought it, and you just saw it right there. There's a pretty big Denver Grom squad, huge community. Not even just the Grom, just mini bikes in general. I live not too far from a practice lot, so every Sunday I would show these guys go-karts, ATVs, mini bikes, you know, Harbor Freight mini bikes, nothing that's registered or even street legal. And it's like, you know, that looks like a lot of fun. Would not mind doing that. So I started looking at Groms, and it wasn't too expensive. Been to one meet so far, and it was a ton of fun. Definitely hoping to go to more soon. We'll see how everything works out with the work schedule. So every Sunday they meet at a lot. Pretty much, I'm not going to say where it is actually, but yeah, every Sunday it's a long day. Tons of bikes, not just Groms, not just mini bikes, not even just sport bikes. A whole bunch of guys wheeling Harleys and shit I've never seen. So it's a ton of fun. I really like riding the streets more, but yeah, we'll see if time permits. Sunday's kind of like an all-day thing. No matter what the situation is, I know I can swing by there, and it's good. Might hit a red here. Really waiting to get to 300 wants to start hitting it hard. That's what the manual says, so I'm not going full throttle on it quite yet. Maybe I shouldn't say it's slow, I guess. I really haven't gone too hard on it, but if it was fast, hot throttle would be, you know, faster than walking pace.
Denver, about to go into Englewood. I don't exactly know where it is, but I know the Grom Theater is somewhere around here. I saw a picture on Red. They have a nice sign, has a nice message on it, so I was hoping for a sunset photo of the Grom in front of it. If we can find it. We're going to go a bit further than maybe pull the GPS out. Definitely going to be ordering a bar mount of some type soon because this happens way too often. Got the clutch adjusted a little earlier today. Wasn't exactly grabbing at the right spot after I installed the new lever, so it is feeling quite a bit better now. Let's take a quick look. Brakes are pretty good for a bike of its size. I think a couple of the cheaper ones, the Benelli and the SSR, come with a drum in the back. This does have a disc, so that's a nice plus. Fuel injected as well. I think the SSR is carbureted, so you know, I definitely am overall happy that I went and spent the extra grand or so, because we did take a look at the Benelli. Did stop at a dealership. Really though, I mean, they weren't willing to budge the price at all, so it only made it $500 or so cheaper. That price point really didn't make sense at all. Racing, she's winning too. It's a Grom. Got a dog in a stroller. Nice. It is the golden hour, so hopefully we do find the theater. Eddie Bauer and a Patagonia shell on, and it is not enough. we'll see what type of shot we can get here. I'm gonna turn off the GoPro and yeah. All right. So I'm thinking we got the shot we want. This is the sign. I just think it's nice. We got a good sunset, old building, new bike. What could go wrong with that, right? Should be great. I'm just getting the gloves back on here. Just gotta pan out so you can get a full view. Yeah, so pretty nice. Pretty nice. Only a few minutes from home, so we'll swing back. It's getting a bit chilly. I don't know what's up with the people in that Subaru. They were all upset I was parked on the curb, even though that would be the accessible walkway, and this would be just extra space for people buying tickets, really. So they tried to cut real close. It was awesome because they were trying to hit the bike, from what I could tell, and they just ate it hard on the curb because, I mean, obviously it's very far. So even trying to cut it close, you're basically going on the curb. So that was strange, and then they were yelling at each other about it instead of just saying something to me, which I've always also thought is super weird. Why get angry at yourself or angry at someone that you're with over someone else's actions? Just go tell them how you feel. Or if you're too much of a pussy to do that, then keep it to yourself. Kind of legal, we're fine. Overall, they seem like a great value. They seem to hold their value, and they seem to be fairly durable. So I'm not necessarily concerned about that. I definitely do feel like you should pick one of these up over a Benelli or an SSR. Not that I have experience riding them, but I did sit on the Benelli for what that's worth. And I do think it's going to hold its resale value a bit better, which is always nice too. So that, I mean, just coupled with the community, at least here in Denver, and hopefully just the fact that I ride it more, starts commuting with it when it gets a little warmer out, and you know, 100 miles a gallon. Will be nice, keeping me off the highways. I think will be a pro. I might do the highways in rush hour. You know, if it's traffic, you never go much above 25, 30 anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. It's really more of a visibility thing. I don't worry about the speed as much on the highway in the morning with rush hour. It's not going to hit above 50 on 25. It just comes back to the visibility and the safety. I can get to work using non-major highways, and it's not too bad at all. Problem is, if it gets backed up on a 2-lane non-major road, it obviously will get me to work a lot later, but that's where the creativity of the Grom comes in. Sidewalks, lane splitting. None of it's legal in Colorado, but it's kind of hard to really enforce anything on something like this. But yeah, definitely look forward to spending the summer with this guy. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. Going to make a lot of content around it. Going to do a lot of group rides. Should be great. So a lot to look forward to. Thanks for watching.
car, she'd be a 4-door Ford whore.